Hello everyone. Today let's discuss about the topic determinants of health. Okay, so before I go on to explain about the different determinants of health, I'll give you a quick overview of what is meant by health. Okay, so this is a definition which is given by the World Health Organization. So, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not just the absence of disease. So, this means that if a person doesn't have any illness or disease, it doesn't mean the person is healthy. To be healthy, the person should be well, not just in physical aspects, but also mental and also social aspects. Okay, so this itself shows that health is something which is affected by different other factors. So that is what is basically meant by the determinants. Okay. So determinants are the different factors which affects the health of a person. So some of them are within us and also some of them are outside. That is in the environment, the society. So all these factors are always in constant interaction with each other. And it in turn actually determine if we are healthy or if we have some health issues. That is, it could be health promoting or causing health issues. Okay, so we'll go by one determinant after the another. So basically, there are many determinants which actually affects the health of a person. I'm going to focus on these 5 of them. Okay. So the first one we have is the biological determinant. So basically, it is the genetic constitution of a person. So the nature of genes at the time we are conceived to a great extent actually determines the physical and mental traits of a person. And all of us have very unique gene constitution. Okay, so this genetic composition has a huge role to play in our health. Okay, so also this is not just the only factor. So that is why a person, if the person is inherited very healthy genes, doesn't mean the person might be healthy, because there are other factors which determine the health of a person. So let's go by the next one. Okay. So the next one is behavioral and socio-cultural conditions. So this is basically the lifestyle of a person. So lifestyle is basically the way of living or the style of living. Okay, and this to a great extent determines the health of a person. So if we take our generation, the way we are living is so much different from our previous generation. And also, for example, if we ask our grandparents how they lived, it is so different from how we are living right now. That is the amount of food, that is the kind of food we take, the physical exercise we have. So there are a lot of differences. And this in turn affects the health of a person. Okay, so also lifestyle changes needn't be always causing health problems. It can also be health promoting. For example, if you're actually changing the way we're living to a very healthy one, that is, we're exercising daily, we're eating very healthy food, then it could be health promoting as well. Okay, so basically lifestyle means our attitude, our personal habits, all of this comes under lifestyle. And this is actually learned behavior as well, that is from our family members, our upbringing, then from our peers. All this determines the lifestyle. For example, smoking, it is something a learned behavior. So that is actually something that can actually affect our health. Okay, so lifestyle has a huge role to play in determining the health of a person. Okay, and the next one we have is the environment. So environment we can consider in 2 ways, that is the internal and the external. Internal is like our organs, our tissue, like how they are functioning. All this comes under internal. So the branch of internal medicine, its focus is on the internal environment. Okay, and the next one is external. So external means everything we are exposed to. Okay, right after we conceived, everything we are exposed to has a huge role to play in our health. Okay, so for example, if you're living in a very polluted area, that affects the health. Okay, but for example, another example, a positive one, if you're living in a very, good area, that is, there is no much pollution, then proper waste management. So if it is in that area, then it can have a positive effect on our health. Okay, so that is why environment has got a huge role in determining the health of a person. And the next one we have is the socio-economic conditions. So here we can consider in different sections, that is the economic status, the education, occupation, and the political system. Okay, so if we take the economic status, So generally, we understand the economic aspects of a country through GNP. So if we take the case of countries which has got higher GNP, the health system is usually good in those countries because let's take the life expectancy or, the quality of life is generally better. Okay, because those people have better purchasing power, and also they can afford better healthcare services, and the healthcare services provided might be better. So all these actually contribute or actually affect the health of the population. So that is why economic status is one of the determinants of health. So next one is education. For education, let's take the example of Kerala itself. We have high literacy rates. Also, our healthcare facilities are actually good. So that is why it's also another determinant of health. Next, we are moving on to occupation. To talk about occupation, we can take the example of, during the pandemic period, a lot of people lost their jobs, because of which the mental health issues were on rise. So that is why we could see that occupation has got an effect on the health of a person. Okay, so basically when when you are employed, you can actually meet your basic needs, and which means you will be socially and physically and mentally well. So that is why occupation is another determinant of health. Then next we have is political system. So just because we have enough, money or, proper economic status, it doesn't mean, it is actually just one of the factors. It doesn't mean you can have proper, healthcare facilities. So for that, the political system in place has to provide proper, manpower, and there should be proper resource allocation. So that is why political system has got a major role in determining the health of a population. Okay, so if only there is proper system in place, if only there is proper policy in place, the health of a population could be taken care of. Okay, so these are the 4 factors under socio-economic conditions. And next we are moving on to the health services. So health services is basically the services which are provided to improve the health of a population. So let's take the example of a PHC, that is a primary healthcare center. So if there is a PHC, there is basically no use. There should be service provided also. So if there is a PHC but there is no proper, healthcare facilities, like for example, there is no doctor there or there is no medicines there, it doesn't actually have any use for the people. So proper healthcare facilities should be in place to provide for the people and also hence improve the health of a population. So like for immunization program, then again for taking care of pregnant women and children, it is only when the proper healthcare service provided, it can actually improve the health of a population. So that is why health service is another determinant of health. Okay, so these are major 5 points we have, or 5 determinants of health. So basically there are different other determinants also, but these are the 5 points. Okay, so I hope you guys understood it. So yes, thank you.